Welcome to the channel. In this video we are going to be taking a look at the 1.13 update for Empyrion Galactic Survival. In previous videos we've been working our way slowly through all the main mission, and at the end of the last part we got to the point where I was looking at this mission here. This is the Terminal Nexus 2, where we got to go back to the Eleon system and meet Thraken. And you can see that that's now set, and we're told to fly to the Omicron sector. Now, got a suspicion about this mission in the sense that I got a feeling it might be a bit more awkward than the ones we've done before. So I thought in this video we're going to have a bit of a change of pace, and that is to do something which I've been talking about for a little while, and that is to work on upgrading our capital vessel, because we've been kind of clutching through with this type of mess for a little while. So I thought what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a proper SV landing pad at the back here. But the first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to retrieve some blocks. Oh wow, that's a bit kind of icky sticky. We're going to kind of just take these out. Here, I have, full disclosure, I have actually done this build, and I also removed the what we call it, the plants, just to be on the safe side. Okay, it says, why is it saying inventory full? Is that because the miscellaneous is full? Okay. Okay, let me just move to main storage. We've probably got plenty of space there. Pick that up, and what I want to do now is go break that link, go back to miscellaneous 3, because we got 21 combat blocks here. What I'm going to do now is we're just going to build the ship back like this. Oops. And what I want to do is use this existing shape and then build a platform back, so that we can get here. Take you off. Take you off. Take that out. Right. Take those two out there as well. I think we'll put 1, 2, 3 there. Go there. Remove you, and you. I think in some ways this is the right vital core of the ship. So actually, I think if we use hardened steel blocks for, what I'm going to do is just pad you in there. I think just put some ordinary blocks there. Put you there, there, and there. And then we'll go back to putting the combat steel across like that there. What we could do is just put ordinary blocks there, come back out that way, come here, now these are plain steel blocks, so it'll be okay. Just sneak that out. Sneak that out as well. I don't want to lose too much of the shape of the ship, so eventually I will probably end up rebuilding the entire rear of the ship actually. So put you across the back like that. tuck you. One in that side, one in that side. Put you there. That kind of completes this bit here. I know I can use the symmetry plane, but I think it's just easier to just do things the way we are. And then I think this is more than wide enough. So if we just put a row across like that and a row across like that for the moment. Come there. And what I want to do now, because I'd like to drop the repair bay in, but I want to make sure that the MX5 will fit into this area here. Whoops. Keep forgetting I've been spent so much time in low G. We're going to come here. Okay, we've docked. Just jump out. Probably go a little bit further forward. I think that's the strip there. So I think what we'll do is, whoops, press 6, get the multi-tool up. I think this runs this way. I'm going to retrieve that block there. We're going to go up to here. Actually, I don't need to go up there. What am I doing? And we'll retrieve the repair bay. Come here. This is the tier 2 CP repair bay. Come here. One thing I did forget is the fact that when you lift the repair bay, any resources that you've got inside of the repair bay is thing. Right, let me just see if we can get the ship. So I can't get in the ship like that, can I? I'm wondering whether these might be a little bit too close in. No. Just turn the power off. Yeah, I think that would be quite nice. I think what I would like to do now is work. Get out of there. Gonna kind of put you down about here. Put the console. What is that? Put the console just about there so we can access it. See if it. No repair blocks. No. Says there's the mount to be. What we can do is drop this back in again. Like that. In some ways that's a bit useful because it gives us a chance to make sure the repair bay is actually working. While that's going on, oh okay, is it done? Is it all finished? What I'm going to do now is we're just going to keep hooking that. Get these ugly blocks off the top now. So that gets the shape of the ship restored again. So it means, and that also means that we've now got an auxiliary landing pad. Now, of course, this stuff is these windows are not that useful here. They really need to be armored, but I'm not going to do that in this part because the next thing I want to do is actually down in here, because what I want to do is, what is this here? We're going to remove the strip lights there. Going to remove you, and going to remove this strip light here as well. What I want to do is pull the cockpit back into, what's this here? This is the spotlight cube. Wow, didn't realize it was that close. Actually, I think what we'll do is we'll come here, get some more steel blocks and see if we can put, oh yeah, we got more strip light thingies here. Take those off as well. I think these are carbon composite half blocks. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to put you across like that. And we're going to, I think I have a, put you there. That means that what we can do now is come here and we've got this kind of open area here. And what I want to do, whoops, well, I don't know why I keep hitting 6, but we're going to lift the, retrieve the pilot seat. And what we're going to do is move the pilot seat back to this position. I'm going to go for a simpler pilot seat because it means I can get through into there. Like so, it means there. Now, what I'm going to do now, is we're going to start to remove the internal bits of the ship, not the internal bits, what I'm on about. So we're going to remove those 2 bits of the block there. And come back here. Oh, the other thing I've actually also been building, I don't know if it's still going, let me just check. No, I've actually put together 2 tier 3 extenders, so I want to put those in actually before I forget. I think they're in ammo. I'll put them there, and in theory, whoops, horrible. I'm going to put 1 on each side in these kind of rooms here. So we're just going to, whoops, wow, that's big. I'm going to put 1 there. I mean, they're in a reasonably safe location. And of course, eventually the rest of the ship will get rebuilt again as well. So we'll put the other one on this side. This means we can still get round into this area. And what that means now is if I come into here and show you the CPU, you can see we've now got, we're tier 3, we got a 1.5 million, which means that we can add extra bits and pieces to the ship. And one thing I would like to do straight away, though I can't remember if I've actually done the research, and we may not be able to do this. Let me just see, where's the shields? Come on game, come on. Warp drive, there it is, polarized hull shield tier 2. And I'm hoping that if we now go into there, cancel that, go to input and go to here and go to upgrade, we can now so what we've done now is we've now upgraded this to a tier 2 shield. That gives us a little bit more safety, is probably the polite way of saying it. So that makes the ship a little bit reliable. And then what we can do now is get back to the where we're working. Main storage. I'm going to just put that there. Not miscellaneous, tier 3, wasn't it? Put that there. What have we got here? We've got a couple of hardened steel blocks. And what we're going to do now is fly into here. We're going to take out this thing because it's in the wrong place, and eventually it will be blocked in. I'll put a normal block in there, and what I'm going to try and do is kind of build out this way whilst trying still preserving the kind of center of the ship. Like that. And so that's the center of the ship. I've got myself trapped. And so we got a core there. I'm not sure what we're going to do window wise. Let me just see. I think we might be better off outside. As I say, I want to preserve the outside of the ship, but at the same time I want like this area here redone. I mean, what windows are this? But I want some forward visibility, but not that much. Let me just, what we'll do is the trick to this is not actually getting too carried away with taking things apart. So for example, I want the nose of the ship like that, but I think we're come there. We're just going to put you there, and then oops, put you around like that. Like that. Well, I want, because we can't really, because I've moved the cockpit back, we can't look down anyway. So there's, and what I'm using is the, how can you put it, the Reforged Eden strategy, which is you build a solid front nose, which means that it absorbs the, oops, that's no good. That's, oh, it is, it's good. Need some food as well while we're at it as well. Yeah, the Reforged Eden strategy is that you create a hardened nose, that because the game will often want to fire at the nose. So by doing this, you're actually kind of filling the ship in. Now we're going to just come here. Now we're going to go into symmetry mode. And to get the symmetry plane, you've got to look at the front of the ship. Press N, symmetry plane. And what you need to do is make sure the symmetry plane, actually we might as well grab that while we're at it as well. Just grab a little bit of plant protein. Might as well take advantage of this. Up the Covetti moss scrapings. Like that. And what happened to, why is it telling me it's on the fridge? It's not main storage, it's okay. Put this in the fridge while we're at it. Something tells me we're going to need some extra blocks, aren't we? Okay, let me just get into, go back to input, connect you to 3. We might as well, I don't want to go all the way to, I don't want armored concrete, that's a dead set. Steel blocks, hardened steel blocks. Let's make about 10 or 20 of those. Get them underway. And what I want to do is start by removing these 2 blocks here on this side here. Of course, to get advantage of the symmetry plane, we've got to do it on the other side. Let me just see. Miscellaneous 3. Hardened steel blocks. We've got 17 of them. I mean, we can harden this up later on if we want to. Right. So these are half corner blocks, I think. Whoops. Can't see what I'm doing. Start again. Sometimes if you can't orientate, especially when the game is playing dark like this, what you can do is just do this very, very simply like that. And what have we got above here? We got windows here. Yes, it looks like we have. So and just remove these 2 windows on this side. In fact, we can probably just sneak out those as well, like that. With those, put that in. Put you on that side. And I think that's still going up as the half angle, isn't it? Whoops. So we've now got this half angle on both sides, haven't we? And we're going to, oops, just shot the ship. Take off these 2 on this side and on this side. So we've kind of got a forward space now. Actually, I think if we go like turn, actually we need this a half block, don't we? 1, 2 there. That fills this up to here. I think it's now time to take out the one at the top. Take you out there. And again, we'll just use ordinary steel blocks. Put you there and there. And I think if we, actually, I might be able to change the design. And it again. Take out those 2. Got to be a bit careful now. I think I'm gonna take a look inside, see if we've got how it actually pans out inside. So we've got a kind of cockpit here now, which we could bring the actual cockpit forward. to about here. Yeah, I think I will. We'll give that a go. I'll take you there. And we're putting the cockpit back where it was before. So we'll put the cockpit back. Again, we'll keep it. Oh no, we can have that one there. Yeah, I think that will work. And then what we can do now, can we get a... Right, so now comes the fun bit. Because we're getting into the some of the more exotic blocks on the front of the ship. So we've now, what we've done is we've armored the ship up. Can we actually upgrade these? Let's just see. No upgrade exists. What are these? See, what I would like to do is we've got armored windows here, but I'm just wondering whether we can do something about these, because technically we're not going to look down that easily from the front of the ship. So if I will start by taking out that one and that one on each side like that. Let me just see. I think I've run out of blocks again, haven't I? Yeah, I've got. Let me just make some more blocks input. Let me just see. Armored concrete. It's amazing actually with this game how quickly you can go through blocks. Like about another 40 or 50 of those. Right, what we got to do now is recreate this bit here. This is where things start to get a little bit more tricky, because we're actually looking for, I think it's this one. Let me just see. Yeah, that one goes into there. Does that fit well on that side? Yeah, it does. Then we need the... That goes onto that one there. So we've now got this bit here. Now we're getting into really kind of interesting territory here. So what we've got to do now is find a block that fits into here. And you can see what it does is it cuts off on one corner. And this is where things, I think the more regular shaped blocks are over in here, aren't they? And this is the reason why I'm using the symmetric plane. What we're looking for is a block that shaves off on a corner like that. Okay. No, it's only half. It's only a half length. Oh. We want something like that, but one that actually goes all the way to the corner. Maybe it's that one. That's a full notch block. What I want is a half notch block that goes all the way to the corner, but only goes up halfway. Okay, welcome back. I've been fiddling around with this for a little while, and I think I'm wasting both my time and your time at the moment. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of a reverse build back in, because sometimes it makes it easier if you actually work from simple to hard, let me just see, where am I looking for? I want this here for this. So if we kind of turn you around like that and put you there, that builds it out this way. And then I think it's this one we need to build back to here on this side. Have I done it on this side? Yeah. So what this means is I've now kind of closed this area in with perception, with respect to what we're doing. And what I want to do now is just go and take a look inside of here. And we'll take a look at the decking from this part's perspective. You can see we've now built this in here. I just want to, it's still a very exposed cockpit though. I mean, truthfully, if we're sat here, let me just try something. If I come back to here, we've got the beginnings of the top of the ship coming down here. Part of me would like, if possible, to kind of keep the ship in this structure here with a we can't really look up, so let me just drop out here, come up here. I think I would like, if possible, let me just get rid of the symmetry plane for the moment, because I think what I'd like to do, actually, yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll remove that block at the top there. Come, I don't think this has got an edge on it. I think I'd want to keep it simple. So just come down like that. Come here. Take off this double kind of whammy window type thing at the top here. Of course, the advantage with this is that if we wanted to, we could extend this forward to put some turret positions on. We're going to need more blocks. Okay, let me just, okay, that's volume capacity exceeded. Miscellaneous 3, yeah, thank you, game. Right, what we're going to do now is just put you in here. You're in there. Of course, I should have done the symmetry plane, but luckily these are relatively simple blocks, so I can come into there. So that brings the ship in like that, and that gives us more armored protection on this area here. I think we're just going to close in on this block here. I've done it again, but cannot pick up inventory for, okay. Well, haha. And we're going to put the symmetry plane back on so that we've got, and what we're going to do now is work down this way, because we got this gap here now, and we're going to, and I'm just going to put you, what angle are you? Can't see. Yeah, that comes in on that side like that. So if I do, I know I'm doing this one bit at a time, but I'm trying to recreate what we had before and make it like that. And then again, we're just rotating a little piece like that. So what that means is we've now got this kind of very, very odd shape here. But more importantly now, what it does is it gives shape to the awkward block. As you can see now, if I kind of get rid of the... Oops. You can see that the shape to this block makes a lot more sense now that you haven't got the glass in the way. Take a look at the ship from this point of view. Again, just so that we can get a feel for what we're actually doing. This is nice and solid. You can see by looking at it from this point of view, you can get an idea of the shape that you're trying to put into. Part of me would like, if possible, I don't know if I could do this. If we take out that panel there and that panel on that side, and then get back to here, get back up here, because I think what I'd like to do to again is we'll put in something like that. Can we get a small arm? Oops, sorry. I'm not sure if there is a small... Is there a really small... That's long. No, I don't think we're going to be able to get... what I would have liked to have done is tucked in a small armored piece of glass on that side. Let me just see if that will... No, these are 2x2s, aren't they? This is 1x1 thick. This is 1x1 thick. 1x2. This is 1x1, but it's a 45-degree angle. It's not from a half block. So it looks like I won't be able to get what I was looking for. So what I have to do is, is go back to this option. Like that. That gives the kind of cockpit a kind of slightly more kind of centered type look. Like that. Ideally, let me just try something. I don't think the heavy windows will fit in here, but we'll give it a go. No, they won't angle, will they? Because they're like vertical. So much for that idea. Haha. Okay. Just have to put the armored windows back in again. Put you back in again. So it just leaves these two awkward blocks. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to see if I can find one that cuts off that corner. It could be in the category of the left and right hand things, because there is some which are left-handed and right-handed, but I'm not... See, it says here left-handed corner. See, if I put the block in, just to give you an idea of what I'm trying to put in there, you can see what I'm looking for is the one that starts wide and comes back, and then one that comes out and looks like that. Actually, I just had a night. No, we're going to keep the shape of the ship. Right, so I've got a bit of a challenge now in the sense that we got to find the block that I'm looking for. Okay, welcome back. I've found the block for this one, and all we got to do now is find the block for that one, which means we just got to nick off a tiny little bit corner like that, which I think is this one. We just got to rotate it a little bit. Okay guys, welcome back. I'm getting a little bit frustrated with trying to find this block, so what I'm going to do is we're just going to make it a feature. As they say, when all else fails, make it a feature. So what we're going to do is just have a little bit of a chip out like that, and I think that's just get rid of the symmetry. Oops, just get rid of the symmetry plane. I think this is what we're going to go with for the moment. Part of me still makes this feel a little bit vulnerable, but we're just going to go and take a quick look inside and just clear up this mess here a bit. Just have another burger. Building ships is hungry work, and we're just going to come back up into here. Part of me doesn't really want to kind of move the ship forward. I know it improved visibility. No, there's a half block there. Okay. If I do that, whoops, get rid of you. And then put a secondary window there. Because it's dark now. I think this kind of restricts the visibility a little bit, because that's really up close. But it would give us extra protection, but is that really, I think that might be a bit overkill. I think that would be better. Yeah, I think we'll just have to harden this up as best we can for the moment. And maybe what we might do is put a secondary cockpit back here for combat and put a blast door in here. That might be actually advantageous. So yeah, if we do that, let me just change it again. I know I'm kind of faffing around here, guys, but I think we can make this work. If I put you right up front there, that will give us the navigation capability. What we will do is take these out, and then put you just come here. We've got a couple of hardened steel blocks like that. Put one there, one there. Actually, if we put that in there. Okay, it's the, oops, wrong place. Okay. Right, so yeah, I've kind of messed this up a bit, but we take you out there, pick you up there. We can leave this open. How many hit? What's the hit? How many hit points have we got on here? Yeah. So if we close that, that's 2,000. And then what we can do is to finish off. I'm aware that I'm running out of time as well. Apologies for this. Input. Miscellaneous 3. Probably not enough space in there at the moment. I need to sort. Where's main storage? Actually, we'll just put it. There's main storage. Cancel that. Go to there. And we're just going to knock out a second cockpit. Main storage. Go there, go there, go there. And what we will do is put a combat here. Oh no, the ship's too heavy. So this will be our combat bridge, and this will be our normal flight bridge. And then it means that if we're going to go into combat, we will fight from here. And what we'll have to do is go in third person, which is what you would normally do anyway. So I think this is where I'm going to leave it. The only question I've got now is, in fact, we'll just take a quick look, is ship mounted weapons, whether we need to upgrade the actual ship mounted weapons. Let's just see what they've got in the way of ship. Got pulsators, rocket launchers, attached to only function in space, pulse laser, one buttons, but we'd have to find some way to put these on the ship. The other thing is possibly to go up to put some artillery turrets on the ship as well. But I'll leave that to the next part, guys. If you've got any suggestions what your preferred weapons are, feel free to chuck it in the comments. But until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.